Hey, Xavier, good to see ya. Well, let's get started. Let's get started. Let's see, what was I doing? Right, we were doing Giant Prisoner, so let's get Giant Prisoner. Okay, come on. Alrighty. What's my list? References to the Giant Prisoner, the Lightning Bolt Corpse, the Dragon Slayer Great Arrows, Mimic. Okay. So basically everything in this room. Oh, okay. And you know, I should also open... Darn it, that's a separate page, isn't it? 1 second, guys. Gotta tab out. There we go. 1 second while I do this. Hey, I-Man, good to see you. Hello there. Hey, Sonny, are you new? I don't think I've seen you in here before. Hey, sup, Loki-kun? Just as always, a reminder to people, do keep it in English, as much as I appreciate all the love in the various languages, including Japanese, of course. As I know we're joking and just teasing around, but just in case, you know, there's ever someone says something, I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page on what the person said and why it's something I have to ban them, just in case. Thankfully, you guys have made sure that that has never happened. I am so proud of you guys. Our biggest problem has been those random damn sex bots. Alright, what are the shots I want to take? Because I already took these, like, in my last playthrough, before we did New Game Plus. But without the Mimic, of course, so we just gotta get the Mimic in the shot. God, where is it? Okay, here we go. Got a few options here, so let me move the folder over. So I can, do this without getting in the way of you guys. Okay, perfect. That's good. Haha. Yes, Loki soup fun. Ay, ay. Uh-huh. Gotta do this. Right, I gotta loot all this stuff. Thank you. Anything else? Nope. Darn it, I'm embered. That could be pros a problem. Look at that stretched texture under the arm. Oh boy. Hey there. Ay, ay. How you doing there, buddy? Oh. Alright. Alright, you little shit. Get out. Go down the drain with you. Yeah. You just instantly evaporate. Good. That's how it should be. Okay, what was the shot here? Oh. Let's see. This. Okay, I think I can do that shot again. Maybe. I don't remember how exactly I did it, but it was probably something like this, right? Yeah, maybe here. Ooh. We also had the back door here, so... Yeah, this is looking pretty close. But I had more of the floor here. I didn't use a perspective trick, did I? No, definitely didn't. Hey, Vidar the Wolf, I think you're new too. Cool to see you in here. Hey, bro, how are you, dude? I'm doing pretty okay, I think. You know, it's been a very long Sunday, still got a little bit of neck pain lingering, but I ordered my chair today, so hopefully in a few weeks' time that will be, fixed. Until then, we will continue with what we've got. Oh. It wouldn't be a Loki stream if I didn't get myself killed by falling to my death like an idiot at the start. Gosh, though. Okay, I gotta figure out how I got that shot. Let's see. Hey-o! Hey, John! Good to see ya. Let's kick things into high gear. Am I right? Huh? Hey, Jest, or Guest, I don't know how to do that. Gamer posture? No, my chair, it came like this, slightly broken, but it would still be able to stay put together, so I was like, okay, it should be fine. But it's been like a year or two now that I've had this chair, and just ever so slightly, its 90-degree angle on the backrest is like more like an 87 or an 85 or something. Like, it's just ever so slightly going back, and it just does, it absolutely wrecks my back. And because it puts so much strain on my back, all the strain gets pushed up to my neck to compensate. So, it's not good. I need a new chair. That just needs to happen at this point. Okay, so we had more of this spotted. Oh, well, at least the... Ooh, yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. But we want to get more of the floor still. How weather in Canada? I have no idea. I'm not familiar with Canadian weather. I'm American. America. This stuff here? Ah, no. Okay, let's put the HUD on for a second. Would you want to collab at some point? Sure, depends on what we'd be collabing for, but sure, I'm always open to hear details. Not gonna reject an offer out of hand. America, freedom, yeah! John knows what's up. I feel ill already. I feel ill already from Christmas. Oh, that's sorry to hear. Sorry to hear your holiday wasn't feeling very holy or happy. Oh, there we go. All right, let's see. So I need to get. Oh. What if it... There's no way. Yeah, how did I... Okay, let's try this. No, because this gets in the way, so there's no way. And the FOV is just wrong, so no. Okay, so... Has to be like this, maybe? So it got around... Ooh, yeah, like this. But I wasn't able to do that. I have to have done the flat gesture then. Must have been that. Yeah. I wonder if I even took off my armor just for... No, that's not right, though. It's close, but the angle's not there. It's something like, yeah, this. But maybe we can find a better... Ooh. Get over here, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, you stay back there. You stay back there where I don't have to see you. All these just to get a shot of this stupid passageway next to the giant for people to know about. Okay, I think this'll do, chat. I think this'll do. It's not exactly what I already have, but I think it's photogenic enough. Yeah, about here. Yes. We'll do a shot here. There we go. And we'll maybe try to move things. Oh. I keep doing it! Anything Souls, dude. I'll DM you on Discord some details. Coolio. I'll BRB too. No problem. Take a break. Wow, there's a lot of you in here today. I don't know what I did. It's what we've been doing all weekend. Just boring ass farming, speed running all the way over to late game, new game plus. Just so I can... Let's bring this back up because we all know how this story's gonna end. All the way just so I can get a few screenshots for the website for you guys to ooh and ah at for 2 seconds before you immediately move on and forget about it. Ay, ay, ay. The things I do for this goddamn website. Ay, ay, ay. Ooh, I like this. Oh! No! Okay. Hey, Pantaray. Good to see ya. It's going swell. It's going swell. As you can see, I am making a habit of falling to my death. You know, sometimes you just need to do a little jump suicide. Clearly. Now this stupid rock here, this is our problem. It makes so many options unviable. And the rest is the stupid hole. I read some of your stuff for the first time yesterday. I really like it. You do such a good job. John, what were you doing here when you didn't read my stuff? Why would anyone watch me if they didn't know what I did? Legitimately confused. You perplex me, man. You are an enigma. But no, I'm glad to hear that you actually tried it out and liked it. That's always cool. Oh. Yep, we know how this is gonna end again, so. Ignore me. Alright, got that 27K back. Okay. Oh. Okay, that was not me. That was the game just making me slide off for no good reason. You saw it. I had firm footing. I am not to blame. I am not to blame. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, buddy. Falling in some stupid hole all the time is basically me playing Demon's Souls for the last couple of hours. Oh my god. Let me guess. Stonefang. Am I right? Am I right, Pantaray? Is it Stonefang? Is that the magic word? Again, if I could just figure out how I got that angle originally. It looks like I did something like this, but I moved it a little bit further back, and then I must have done something like this. Yeah, and then I had about this stone here, that there. I move this a little. Oh my. Get over here, you stupid rat. You're in the way of my shot. This is why we do freaking hidden body. And hope it lasts long enough before the damn rats find me. Okay, let's see, like that. Alright, lean me down, bucko. I feel like I have this all wrong. Yeah, there's something wrong. I had it, chat. I had it, and the rat ruined it. Fucking rats, man. He's coming. I see him. He's coming to be a little shit. They always are. Okay. This. We want you to be about here. Surprisingly not, it was Latria. Oh, wow. Did you fall into the hole in the little chambers then when trying to get across the thin hallways for Prison of Hope? That's the only thing I can think of. I'm sure the influx of people in Discord is due to your activity on Twitter. Oh, is that true? I'm gonna have to check on that. I didn't realize. Is Discord going crazy right about now? Oh well, I'll just ignore the problem. Oh, maybe it's not a problem. Maybe it's just all good stuff. Maybe you guys are all, like, you know, just singing Kumbaya, being a good old happy family. You know, like Hodrick and friends, the Mound Makers. Right? Right? Anyway. Latria definitely has a few annoying holes. Yeah, that's, I can imagine then. That rat likes to cause trouble. Yeah, he does. And he keeps on infinitely respawning out that damn little sewer line. Sullivan! You should have just completed the sewers! Why did you make it a prison? Why? You wouldn't have shit flowing right next to you at the cathedral if you just did what Gwendolyn asked. But no, you wanted to have power. Oh my god. Get over here, you. Okay, now get that body off of here. Move. Down. Down, boy. Off. Go. There we go. Oh, right. Wait, that's the wrong one. There we go. Prison of Hope, my demon soul. Add my stupidity to it and you get probably half an hour spent on just try not to lose my souls. Oh, I can't wait to have my Prison of Hope run when I play Demon Souls finally. That's gonna be fun, I can already tell. Gosh. Chat, I wish I kept track of where I was standing when we got the perfect angle. Alright, we're gonna do it like this, and we're just gonna see if I can get it from here. Can we make this work? This'll work. This can do. Don't want to get my foot in there. Alright, so we'll take that. Yeah, that's good. And then, like I said, let's try to get a shot now. Again, if it wasn't for this hole, I could get a better shot of both this and the giant, but... Oh my god. Over here. Come on, killing you in this corner. So you're out of the way. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Come on, bucko. Come on, Johnny. Oh, okay. He came, and he went. Alrighty. Oh, boy. Yeah, this could work. Like this. There we go. Alright. I've taken enough shots of that corner. Now we want this corner. But still, it's my first run and I'm having fun. I generally expected worse. What kind of worse? As in worse gameplay? Worse, like it wasn't going to be your type of game? Like, define worse. As in worse, like you were just going to die a lot? Because Demon's Souls seems like one of those games where, like, everyone, it's remembered so much for being so punishing, but when you compare it to some of the later games, it's like, this isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. Or at least, I should say that as someone who's never actually played Demon's Souls. Ay. That's what all the accounts I'm told say, so nothing like that. I guess this'll do. So we do this. Yeah. I don't like that. Ooh. Ooh, I like that one. A little lower. Yeah. Get a little bit more even there. Yeah, that'd be... Nah. Oh, maybe. Okay. I also had this shot, so let's try to get that. So that way we get, like, a better idea of the room with the ladder. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So... Oh, whoopsie. Gotta switch over. You hit him so hard, he disappeared. I wasn't even hidden in it. I was just walking around. Okay, so we want to be about... here. And we want to be about here. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Like that. No, a little lower like that. Ooh. gosh. Okay, because the angle's more like this, so. Nope. Okay, yeah, this is about it. Right, perfect. Yeah, perfect, perfect. Woo! We got the shot! And just for completionist sake, let's get one from around the Mimic side, the Mimic's angle. Dang it. That's not easy. You guys will forgive me if I don't get the chain, right? Let's move this slightly over. Let's try to cheat this as much as we can. There we go. Worse in general compared to every other Souls, and overall it might be, but it's still good enough to be fun and worth playing. Yeah, so, yeah, I would definitely say so. I think what I'm worried about when I get into Demon Souls is that I'm going to be very disappointed by the bosses. That it's just going to be like, oh, okay. I already have the Elden Ring for the, oh, you exist. Okay, I delete. I don't need magic to do that to the Demon Souls bosses too, but we'll see. Alrighty. Oh right, we need the lightning bolt, so. We gotta jump up there again, chat. This time with the giant. Let's get this done the first time. Oh no. That wasn't what I wanted to do! I rolled! I forgot! The jump button isn't the... That was muscle memory for the other games I've been playing coming into play. Man, that Dark Souls 1 muscle memory. It's L3, Loki. It's L3. Hey, buddy. Come here often? I know I am. I know I do. Alright, so we go up the side thing. There's where they stored after they confiscated his Dragon Slayer great arrows. Then you would climb back up to get to the upper levels. Yay. Honestly, it would be neat if there was like something here to kind of give you more of an entrance on a more practical way you could get through here, but it's like locked or closed or whatever. Maybe even make it a shortcut, but I think this is the wall where the Mimic is, so they didn't do that. Unfortunate. Alrighty. There we go. Alright, now we got this shot already, chat, so let's get this now like we want. The Demon Souls bosses are super easy, but I feel like each one is super unique and memorable rather than an intense fight. Yeah, that's the thing. They're very gimmicky, and it's just sort of like, if you like the gimmick, they're gonna be, at the very least, they're gonna stand out in that respect. Okay, I know what shot we wanted. So this was the shot we got with the rats. I don't know if we were able to recreate that well, now that we've got, well, our buddy here. But, yeah, I don't like this angle. Let's do... Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's much better. Oh. There we go. The art is nice and the music. There are multiple moments in the game that is remarkable. I found the bosses to be fun. Of course, there are some gimmick and semi-gimmick bosses. I haven't played Remake. Well, I'll be playing my first playthrough of the game is going to be the Remake soon, so can't wait for that capture card to come in. Hey, Rico, good to see you. There we go again. Is Calamite an everlasting dragon? What source do we have to argue either way? Yes, Calamite's, an everlasting quote-unquote dragon. The proper term for them would be the ancient or old dragons, or as the localization for Dark Souls 2/3 goes, the arch dragons. So, like, yes, Calamite, Seath, Gaping Dragon, Stone Dragon of Ash Lake, Sin from Dark Souls 2, Midir, all of them are archdragons. Now, if the question is, are they archdragons that were there since the beginning of the Age of Ancients? No. Well, I guess Sin is, well, Sin we can basically say is probably not too, but we'll get to that when I get to my Shulva analysis. But anyway, when that comes out. But anyway, the short answer is, all of them are descendants, quote-unquote, right? So you are a descendant of a human. You are human yourself. Right? Same idea. They are not the original generation of archdragons, but they're still part of the same species, right? They are the children or grandchildren or whatever of the original archdragons who existed since the Age of Ancients, right? But yeah, so usually when people ask me that question, that's kind of what they ask as a follow-up, so I'm just going to answer that for you, like, right off the bat. Hopefully that clarifies things. As for, like, evidence and stuff like that, like, he's literally called that. He's literally called the progeny of the old dragons. So, like, yeah. Like, it's just straight up, like, it's what he is. Basically, if you have 2 arms, 2 legs, and 2 wings, then you meet the minimum requirements to be an archdragon. What if it has 6 wings? Still an archdragon. What if it has, 4 legs and, like, with the 2 arms? Oh, it's still an archdragon. What if it's, like, 4 arms with the 2 legs? Same thing, like... as long as it's like your stereotypical European medieval fantasy dragon, at minimum, it counts as an archdragon. That's how their physiology works, and when you start actually getting into distant, oh, I'm no longer archdragon territory, you get to stuff like the worms, or earth/land dragons, or the wyverns, the flying dragons, right? With their arms fused to their wings, essentially, right? So they no longer have, like, the 2 wings, 2 arms, 2 legs as the criteria. So, like, that's how the dragon physiology works. If you want to read up the full thing, you can check my post of dragons on the website. Just, check the guide and you'll find it in the Dark Souls 1 section. Also, of course, my book Abyssal Archive, it does in fact cover all that. Covers all things Dark Souls 1, including Calamite. But the same species argument isn't too good, is it? I mean, those drakes are also descendants to the everlasting, but of different species. No, okay. Drakes, quote-unquote, or wyverns, are distant descendants. That's the difference. Now, the localization fucks it up in Dark Souls 1. So they get very, very liberal with the translation. So sometimes they call stuff like Gaping Dragon a distant descendant when the Japanese just says descendant, right? So Midir, descendant. Calamite, progeny, descendant. Stone Dragon of Ash Lake, descendant. Gaping Dragon, descendant. But they are descendants. They're also described as archdragons. Miyazaki, in interviews outside for Dark Souls 1, uses them as examples of the archdragons and, like, trying to show what happened to the archdragons and things like that. They are all archdragons. Worm is a weird word, I suppose. It's a cooler worm. Like I said, you can check my dragons post. I break it down, I think, pretty well. And again, Abyssal Archive goes over it as well. But yeah, so, like, every single, like, big dragon boss we fight, except, like, the wyverns, are, like, archdragons. Now, like I said, they're not the original archdragons, so if you're like, I want to fight one of the original, everlasting archdragons from the Age of Ancients, well, sorry, that, bud. Unless there's a Dark Souls 4, that ain't happening. You've never had that experience, but... well, who we do fight are legitimate archdragons. The games reinforce that again and again and again. Okay, what else do I want with this corpse? That's the question. I guess we can get stuff from him below. Maybe? You can't really see him, though. That's the problem. Yeah, he blends in. And this ugly texture, man. I guess if I do it like this, it's not so bad. I guess. Now I just gotta find a way to make it photogenic. Shut up, you. Don't come down here, jailer. I'm warning you. Oh, no. Oh, thank goodness, that door is locked. So unless they can open doors, I don't think Miyazaki expected anyone to not open a doorway when they could, so they shouldn't. We're safe. Yeah, I think this is good. There we go. I guess this. Okay. Let me double check. Is that everything I want on there? A Dark Souls 4 set in the time of the Ancient Dragons would be dope. The problem is that nothing would happen, because that's the point of the Age of Ancients. It's literally, there's no change or there's no disparity, so everything is just nothing happening. There is nothing going on. There's just dragons, trees, and rock, all sitting around doing nothing, as rock does. Be quite the boring game. Probably be a cool walking simulator, maybe. You never know. Make a walking simulator where the act of you walking creates the first flame because you cause a difference in the universe. Oh, that'd be perfect. How was the first flame created? Get your answer. It was you, the player. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, what's the list say? Giant Prisoner, Lightning Bolts, Corpse, Dragon Slayer, Great Arrows, Mimic. Okay, we got all that. Mimic and Dragon Barracks, we gotta get that, because I forgot that and I added it to the list. Reference image of Anor Londo Shark, yeah, okay, with the gate closed, okay. And then reference of Irina at the shrine, okay, we'll do that. We already got the shots of her in her cage, so if I ever want to use those, I can. Until then, let's see, what's happening? Yeah, we'll keep this door closed just in case. We don't need to open it. Let's get more shots of our poor giant friend, huh? Yeah, you go off and you go fuck off, Crystal Lizard. I don't want you. I don't want you. I hate you. Go away. Go back to your creator, Seath. Oh wait, he's dead. Go back to good old Seathy boy. In hell. There you go. I think that was fair. Buddy. Thanks, my man. Ouch. Oh, that's the wrong Estus. Okay. Yeah, that was to be expected. Okay, what about a Dark Souls 4 set in the Age of Dark for the ultimate mind destruction? That's gonna also be weird because again, like Age of Dark is basically gonna be untended graves, which means that's when time actually gets convoluted. That's when the flow of time is truly, legitimately, no joke, gonna just get so freaking weird. Because basically anything Miyazaki says can go. It's like, oh fuck no. Yeah, I'm oh, whoopsie. I am happy with Dark Souls. I am happy with Dark Souls being laid to rest. 3 is a great place to stop. Let's just focus on all the new IPs or sequels to other stuff. Because, hey, there's still no Bloodborne 2. And that's when the fun begins. Yeah, you're right, that's when the fun begins. That's for sure. Oh boy. Like, Miyazaki's gonna be like, oh, but Gwyn gets taken out of the space-time continuum after linking the fire and do so, and then you get to kill him again, and then he will be going back to the fire with which he already linked in order to be... It's like, oh my god. Miyazaki, please, no. Save me. Save me from you. Hey, Night Scout. Getting more screenshots for article updates? Yep. Dark Stranding. You touch something and first flame happens? Yep, that's true, guest. Like you, touch anything in these games and stuff goes down. That's very true, right? Like, anything you touch in these games, like, pisses somebody off. 1 second. Gotta fix a thing getting in my way. Hope no one's sneaky up behind me to kill me right about now. That would really suck. No? No. Wow. That was a lot of self-restraint from you rats. I appreciate it. Might as well. Add more here. Alright, and then, let's get one from down below. There we go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Go, die. Okay, can I read my chat now? Thank you. Let's see. It teleported to seize Ghost, the diamond mine that haunts people with spiders. Oh, that's true. I bet Miyazaki could figure it out. Maybe. Okay, but what about a Dark Soul? Yes, so we do that. So if the Age of Dark will have even more messed up time than ever before, is the Age of Dark even healthy for the universe at that point? It's not a question of whether or not it's healthy or not at that point, Night Scout. It's, well, okay, if we don't talk about health for the universe, then yes. Because it's the natural progression of the universe. The Age of Dark is inevitable. Untended Graves is proof of that. The biggest, again, like I go over my Dark Souls lore play, the fact that Gwendolyn and the gods and Lothric and all that are using basically the power of the Dark, of the Age of Dark, of the Ultimate Abyss or what have you, in order to essentially try to keep everyone immortal at Firelink Shrine, in order to perpetuate the Age of Fire, just shows what a ridiculous oxymoronic farce all of this fire linking has been. It is patently ridiculous. It's been patently ridiculous since Dark Souls 1, and Miyazaki's just sort of hammering home the point of how absolutely stupid backwards it's been that we're still having Dark Souls games that have to be about the Age of Fire, because that's why he made the Dark Souls games. No! Darn it! I saw that as soon as the invisibility went down. Okay. Damn it. Okay. Hear me out. You die. Wait, where'd the other one go? Okay, whatever. Are they despawning them in order for the new ones to come in? Is that what the game is doing? That's actually kind of funny. You know, I don't like this though. We're going back to we're gonna go back and reset this. I liked it when that rat was there alive. On the matter of Dark Souls 3, why do you think a Lord of Cinder is valuable for not burning all the way when being fuel for the first flame is the whole point of linking the fire? To divvy up the fire, basically, right? It's the best way to analogize it would be like diversifying your stock portfolio. Why are you putting all your bets on one first flame in its totality? When if something happens to that or whatever and it starts fading, if that fades out, then it's gone forever. Just see the problem with the Chaos Demons and what they had to deal with. They lost their Chaos Flame almost the first time in Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 2 retconned it to have that damn thing survive, so at least it's able to still be around, but it gets dealt with anyway by Dark Souls 3's events, and then they're all fucked. So it's like, yes, it's the smart option is, okay, everyone gets a little bit of that fire that they can fuel a little bit. It's not going to turn you all crazy, mindless hollow-like Gwyn, right? Because you're not bearing the burden of the entire flame fueling your with your soul. So you're able to stay, like, sane and normal, and we're just going to put you to sleep and everything in case of emergencies. So you can basically just be our emergency reserves. Hey, Vens, good to see you. What does a healthy universe even mean? If we're talking about in the context of what would be healthy for the universe, it's not... Dark Souls 3 makes this abundantly clear, right? A healthy universe is certainly not everything being burned away by ash by a flame which has been kept zombified way beyond its expiration point. It's burning through the very universe that it once filled with disparity until literally there's nothing but ash. We're going back to the gray world in the worst way possible. Alright. Okay. Okay, I think that covers it. Yep. I'm pretty happy. Let's go back to Shrine. The big rats make all the rat rules. No doubt they could become lords. Listen, I'm going to take this up with the Rat King. I just want to tell him, hey, stop sending your rats over to Irithyll Dungeon. They're annoying. Hey, all you people I haven't chatted with. Let's go to Lothric Castle now. Yeah, it's over here. Okay. Yeah, you know what? We'll do it from here. Because I don't care if I open the gate at this point. But isn't linking the fire the embodiment of putting all the eggs in one fire? It's not like there's a second flame. You're exactly right, Night Scout, and that's always been the problem. For example, take when you do the Age of Dark, the quote-unquote Age of Dark ending. I guess it's more like the Squelch the Fire ending in Dark Souls 3, right? You get rid of the fire, but as the Firekeeper acknowledges, hey, there's still other fires that are being maintained by other Lords of Cinder that have linked the fire in the past. So it's not just Aldrich, Yorm, etc., right? Like, they were the ones that were put up on first come, first served duty along with Ludleth and everyone for the Age of Fire thing. You can argue why that criteria was chosen. I argue plot convenience and contrivance, but what have you. Anyway, but the point is that, you getting rid of the first flame in the kiln with the Soul of Cinder doesn't actually truly get rid of the flame. It's still around, and it could be potentially revived, right? Kind of like what you see with Demon Prince, right? Like, just a little bit of the Demon Prince's soul, and he's able to, like, woo, kind of reincarnate, burning through his fellow Chaos Demon that took in that fragment. So it's like, you could imagine something similar happening with the first flame, potentially. At least that possibility is open. So the Age of Dark doesn't really ever come to fruition, and the stagnation issue is still kind of a problem. If I had to guess how the... Basically, a universe where time and space function, if life doesn't suck there, that would be a healthy universe. Yeah, I would disagree. Healthy, again, Koth declared, again, the logic of the world is fire fades and the dark remains. That's how fire works. It's supposed to go out eventually. It is supposed to meet its natural conclusion at some point. And as we can see what happens when you make the unnatural prolonging of the fire. Oh wait, right. We'll go this way. Also, didn't Ludleth burn to death? He didn't burn to death. He actually succeeded in linking the fire. That's the thing. He barely made it, but he qualified in the end. As we can see, lost his legs in the process, but hey, if it counts, it counts. Did Gwendolyn or someone modify the kiln? No. As far as we can tell, it's the same. I mean, nothing beyond, like, the Soul of Cinder, which seems to have more or less existed, developed on its own. Oh. Ouch. Of course. Of course. So the Firekeeper is saying that even in the Age of Dark, well, it's not, again, they never actually say it's the Age of Dark, so you can even argue if it's truly that, but the first flame is actually still barely alive with 0.0000001 HP, and more Lords of Cinder may show up one day. Yeah, that's basically what they're saying. It's like, hey, there's more Lords of Cinder out there. They're probably now free. They're probably now all awake, and they've, doing who knows what. Like, that's, I guess, somewhat of a sequel bait. Like, hey, we can do another game with the Lords of Cinder that are still around or whatever, I guess. Again, I don't think Miyazaki's interested in that, because I don't think he's interested in actually showing the Age of Dark. Because, like I said, Age of Dark gets weird. Untended Graves was, like, a taste of that. It's like, okay, Miyazaki, I don't want to have fun in your little, weird, no more time flow, spacey things anymore. Like, please, no. I like it when my universes have their rules in place, so that way they can actually follow them. Thank you. I much prefer that. The less untended graves, the better. Is it up here? Is that why I keep missing it? No. Oh, it's the gate. It's up there. Oh, darn. I should not have gone to Dragonslayer armor then. I'm like, huh. Dragon Slayer armor. Why have I never done that before when I want to go there? And now I know why. Because the lever is not actually there. Okay. I guess we're doing it this way. Well, Lola succeeded in linking the fire, but based on Gwyn burning, it seems that the end result turning to the fuel is dying in the end. Again, Ludleth and all the other Lords of Cinder separate and have a piece of the flame in the end. They don't end up bearing the whole brunt of the flame long term. The reason why Gwyn is all and zombified, the fact that he like literally when you hit him, he just makes the stone sound effect. He's like literally charred. Is because of both the flame is now obviously a lot weaker. We see what happens when we link the fire then, though you could argue it was maybe different in Ludleth's time. But more importantly, that the actually linking of the flame, the actual process of doing so is now subdivided thanks to the Soul of Cinder being able to kind of act as a proxy to be like the main holder, like, okay, every little Lord of Cinder piece or whatever has it, and then the rest of the others, they'll just take a piece of it with them and they'll maintain their individuality. And then they don't have to end up a husk like Gwyn. Everybody's happy. Okay, I'm gonna do something a little stupid. Bear with me. Please work. Nope. I can't have any fun, can I, Dark Souls 3? Shouldn't the usurpation fix the remaining Lords of Cinder problem? Yes, that's the goal of the Lord of Hollows ending, right? It's, okay, let's get the flame to its absolute minimum. We're gonna start the age of, like, the Lord, we'll have our Lord of Hollows start leading us into the new age, right? This is why Koth and everyone set up the, Koth and Veltgun folks were all like, okay, we're all gonna put everything into Londor. Hopes on the Three Sisters. If there were more Lords of Cinder, why did the Bells of Wag resort to the Ashen Ones after Yorm and company refused rather than getting more Lords of Cinder? Because the goal was to have the Lords of Cinder to be there alive, and then the, when they absconded from their thrones, it doesn't change anything. The point was ultimately they're gonna die, and as we see, is gonna be fire used in order to basically warp you to the Firelink Shrine in the future, when it's part of the Dreadkeep, so you can go straight to the kiln. That's the entire, like, point of the mission there, and them being there, present, following their duty, like, normal, or you having to go out there and grab them doesn't change things. You could even argue it's better, because now there's a trial, so that way those Ashen Ones can actually fight something, get stronger, etc., and then they will have a soul finally worthy to actually try linking the fire again, and succeed this time, and all of that. So, like, yeah. That's why it's like, oh, let's just raise more Lords of Cinder. Like, no, why not? The ones we have now are doing their job just fine. We just need to have someone go out there and kill them. So that way we can, you know, bring the kindling back, do the ritual, and yada boom, yada bing, yada boom. We're all back to how things were. No fun for you. Yep, nope. Yep, doesn't... I was wondering, okay, well, maybe, what if I do it like the upper platform? Nope. Nope, that doesn't do it either. Not down things, I just interpret Firekeeper saying one day a second flame may be born as suddenly as the first. No, believe, Night Scout, believe me, I'm telling you, that's not what the Japanese script says. It literally says the kings who already linked the flame and there will be more flame showing up, and she even talks about it before we even get to there, right? Like... It's not about a second, first flame showing up. It's about Lords of Cinder who already, again, Lords of Cinder, people who already linked the fire and have a piece of the flame in them because they're separate from the Soul of Cinder, who's like the replacement for like the Gwyn or the Chosen Undead or the Bearer of the Curse or whoever would be the Lord of Cinder at any given time, right? Again, the idea is to diversify your portfolio of flame, essentially. Let's just, hey, we're all in on the, like you said earlier, it's kind of stupid that you would do that when you're still obsessed with keeping to the Age of Fire, but again, that's sort of the point. Everyone is irrationally obsessed with keeping the Age of Fire instead of letting the universe progress to its natural conclusion, which is the Age of Dark. Now, that might be scary because it's an unknown, right? You don't know quite what the Age of Dark is like or the full implications of that. But that's just how the universe is going and how it will go no matter what you do. And the only question is, how much are you going to delay it and cause damage in the process by delaying it? Now, Dark Souls 1 doesn't extend too heavily on the consequences of this, but obviously Miyazaki decides in Dark Souls 3, he's gonna make it. I also get the feeling Miyazaki was somewhat tired with Dark Souls becoming a franchise in the first place. So I think and part of it's possibly, him sort of airing some grievances about how the series kind of kept going after he left to move on to new IPs. Not saying that he hates the series or anything. Just saying that my impression is, yeah, okay, there's no way we're making this work. I have to just move on to the barracks proper. This has all been a mistake. This has all been a waste of time. Oh, well, I answered questions, so. Was it a happy accident when the Soul of Cinder formed? You just hand off a chunk of yourself to that thing? That part was probably artificial, I would imagine. Because the Soul of Cinder itself, or, like, the entire idea of the Soul of Cinder is that the Japanese name is like the avatar, the incarnation of the kings, right? And the idea is that eventually so many souls of Lords of Cinder are being taken because, you know, like you succeed the past Lord of Cinder, so you're getting his soul in the process and you're adding it to your soul, which is linking the fire, right? So it just becomes this thing where you keep on gathering souls, and eventually you have all these souls of Lords of Cinder, and what do they all have in common? They are all united by this singular same will to protect the flame, no matter at all costs. And so eventually that just sort of amalgamates into becoming this own entity, which we call again, the incarnation of the kings, or the Soul of Cinder. Can you tell lore of staff you're using right now? Oh, the Mendicant staff? Okay, yeah, so the Snake Men use this. They use it for some soul collecting. So you have to, there's this thing with, Buddhist monks and stuff that they use, like, a staff much like this, right? And the idea is, like, they go around, it's like, hey, can you help this poor man who's, like, on the path to enlightenment or whatever, while I'm going my journey for the Buddha and all that stuff, like, okay? So, like, they, like, you know, give him, like, food or coin or whatever, right? Fall in the cup. Well, instead, this thing collects souls. Because they're, you know, one, they're snakes, so they're greedy and all that. But the underlying point being made is that they are spirit summoners, right? Now, they don't summon spirits quite in the present, but that's our Dragon Peak lore. That's completely separate. The point with the Mendicants and the priests for the Snake Men is that they're trying to find Seath's soul, with the idea that they can perform, like, a spirit seance to, like, you know, like, bring him back, right? Because, you know, he's their creator, their god, and they're like, oh my god, we want to talk about See the Mad God or whatever, right? But then they find the firstborn, and then they're like, okay, new Mad God acquired. Old Mad God... no, Seath no longer god. Now firstborn is our new god. Worship of Seath ended. Alrighty, let's do this just in case, because I want to not accidentally get myself killed. Oh my. Like... ah, damn. I messed up. Man, Neo Hidden Body barely lasts for any time at all. You'd have to kill those guys to get a photo of the gate. Yeah. Well, I've already got so many photos of the dragon, so I don't have trouble there, but you're right. And the worst part is, Night Scout, I'm using the Lingering Dragon Crest Ring. Now, I don't even know if this actually works on them. Let's actually try this. I want to say it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, no, it does. Nice. Actually works. I actually thought they would automatically detect me. But no. No. Okay, let's get what we want. First, we kill you. Oh my. Alright, no stealthing today. We gotta get rid of all these bozos so they don't get in the way of the shot. Where is he? There he is. There we go. There's our little buddy. Perfect. Now we want the shot there. Okay, but couldn't the other Lords of Cinder kill the AWOL Lords of Cinder more quickly before the flame goes out? Just trying to see the reasoning of the Bellmaker. Again, as long as the Lords of Cinder are alive, there's a piece of flame that's keeping things anchored, so it's normal, right? It's only when you kill the last Lord of Cinder, of all the Lords of Cinder that have been raised, that we see the fire start hitting the critical mass point. That's the whole that where we with the eclipse and everything. That's the time where it's like, oh god, things are kind of getting kind of imminent at this point, right? It's only once they're dead. So as long as they're alive, it's fine. Again, they're alive, they're awake. Now you can argue, what is it that makes the sleeping Lords of Cinder not affect things or be of any use in that regard, right? Because the flame also weakened, which caused the pus of man around Lothric to crop up en masse, right? So what's going on? And you can argue about how that works with sleep and suppression and all that stuff with the soul and all that. But the main idea is that the ones who are awake are being the anchors right now. So as long as they're fine, we're good. Like, the only one who's left alive after we kill all the absconding ones is Ludleth, and he seems to be the only one that can't manage to keep the fire alive long enough by himself. Well, again, it's Ludleth. Well, presuming the gods think the flame could ever actually go out rather than being 1 HP forever, well, yeah. The gods are what's left of them, most of them dead, like, obviously, actually, like, basically all of them are dead. Like, the rest are MIA, don't care anymore, or they're being eaten like Gwyndolin. So, yeah, dead. But, like, yeah. The point is that everyone's kind of like, you have to have hope! Again, it's Andre's lesson. Like, hey, I know things look bad, that you're wanting to use the profane flame, which is this obvious flame of the abyss. But it's like, hey, like, have hope and don't ever give up on the Age of Fire, you hear? It's like, that's literally the only argument for the Age of Fire at this point. You gotta have hope that maybe things will get better if we just let things go on a little bit longer. It's all bullshit. So even if the raised Lords of Cinder never died, the universe would be kept stable, even though Lothric not burning seemingly saw the flame weaken. So even if the raised Lords of Cinder never died, the universe would be kept stable. Even though Lothric not burning seemingly saw the flame weaken. Well, again, because the other Lords of Cinder weren't awakened at that point, right? Again, you can argue how the keeping them like dormant in like their little like sealed sarcophagi or whatever is preventing them from having a cosmological effect on the universe. You can we can have that discussion like separately, but like just the plain idea is like Lothric refuses to link the fire. Fire hits emergency point. Okay, we're ringing the bell. We're starting the emergency system. We raise the Lords of Cinder. Okay, Lords of Cinder have awoken. Okay, now that the Lords of Cinder have awoken, they now get an update on what it is. Now, most of them are like, fuck off, we're interested in our country. You know, Abyssal Watchers try to figure out what's going on with Faron, and obviously like, oh shit, everything's ruined because of us. Aldrich obviously is just like, hey, I just want to go back to eating, man. So he goes back to the cathedral, and then he's like, oh, I can be the ruler of the next stage. And then Yorma obviously is like, oh my god, what happened to the people that I left? You know, they were kind of assholes, but you know, they were still my people with my responsibility and duty. Well, fuck, I ruined everything for my wife's country. And then Ludleth is like, well, okay, I got no legs, so not like I'm going anywhere anyway. What sort of books do you think are on them shelves? Lord of the Rings? If I had to guess, mostly religious texts related to the history, the culture of Lothric, its religiosity, the religion of Anor Londo, etc., stuff like that. Okay, what's the shot that I want exactly? Would there ever be a point where load-sharing 5 Lords of Cinder, counting Lothric, would burn out? Probably, because again, it's still a fire burning it, so eventually that fire is gonna burn out the soul that bears it, right? So yes, it's not like, oh, we can do this indefinitely if we separate them all individually, right? That's presumably why the whole slumbering thing was done, to kind of like, you know, lower the temperature, as it were, in order to make sure that you could get your maximum use out of your emergency people. Plus, as we see with Yorm and Aldrich and Faron and thing, like, as long as you keep on updating them every now and then, so you have more and more and more and more, then you're gonna be able to make sure that, hey, I have a lot of these spare Lords of Cinder who have a little piece of the flame. So, again, they still want to keep the main flame alive, right? Like, that's the ideal, because it's the thing that's keeping the universe, you know, somewhat resembling how it was before the flame began to fade, right? Like, I know that's kind of dumb to say with undeath and now all the stagnation stuff, but this is the logic of all these stupid god worshippers and their cope. It's their maximum copium. Maximum copium. Okay, let's look at this, reference image that I had. We go all the way back. This isn't what I want. Okay. Okay, so we want this. Alright, I think I know what I'm doing. No, the mimic's slightly off from what it shows here. Darn. So this can work though. Yeah, that'll do. That will do. What are the other shots? Oh, dang it. I should take that shot first before I talk about other shots. Print screen. Alright. So the Lords of Cinder had fragments of the first flame put into them to burn them more slowly and less intensely than Gwyn, who outright just used himself as kindling for the full first flame. Again, the Soul of Cinder is replacing Gwyn in that area, right? So the idea is that Soul of Cinder already is an entity of in and of itself who is functioning as like the Gwyn, the chosen undead, the bearer of the curse in that role. The idea then is, okay, we get the smaller ones to act as these anchors, and we have multiple of them, right? And as we can see, until we kill like three of the four who were actual legit Lords of Cinder, and then you have Lothric, who the game sort of just is like, oh yeah, he's not a Lord of Cinder, but we're gonna just count it that when we kill him as a boss, and like we're gonna like give you the kindling or whatever, right? But the idea is like all the firepower comes from Lorien's sword because, you know, Demon Prince and all that. But like. Technically, it's Chaos Flame, but they basically just use that firepower combined with the other Lords of Cinder for the ritual, like, fine, whatever. Again, to just get that out there, I consider the closer you get to Firelink Shrine, the more stupid the premise for Dark Souls 3 gets. Just my personal take, like, separate, like, from, like, objective lore discussion. Just, I just find that it's all so needless. Like, I find it also needlessly complicated how we have to get to the kiln and all that for this emergency system. Like, I'm like, we've had way better ways to do this in past games, so, like, it's very obviously just, you know, development time and all the weird troubles of, like, changing the story and moving things around or whatever, and they're, like, having to try to make a semi-cohesive plot that the stuff around Firelink Shrine kind of gets a little silly. But that's, again, just leaving it out there. I'm trying to play devil's advocate for some of this crap. Alright, I think that's good. Okay, what else can we do? What are the other shots gonna look like? Nothing here. That's just the close-up there, and that's just the... Okay, we don't need that one. We can get the side profile here. Okay, so I think we're good here. Okay, now let's just get Arena, then. So how did guys like Yorm and Aldrich link the fire? Did they just get a ritual done at Firelink Shrine to burn from afar? That's honestly ambiguous enough. You could make an argument that they could have done something else, but my presumption, just seeing like the plain idea, is that yeah, they go to the kiln and they challenge the Soul of Cinder. Now, what that would look like without the Dreadkeep is an open question, right? There are hints in cut content that at the beginning of Dark Souls 3's development, there was an area that would be its own dedicated Lord of Cinder graveyard, the quote-unquote God's Graves, or as I call it in my posts, the Divine Graves for simplicity's sake. And that these Divine Graves would have you cutting into the mountain of Lothric. You would go down where you'd fight Oseros, and that he would be basically waiting outside what I believe was likely supposed to be some kind of entrance to the First Flame. Because again, much like in Drangleic and Lordran, the idea is like the First Flame is somewhere beneath it's somewhere beneath in the middle of this lands that we're exploring and all that, yada yada yada. So therefore, that would make sense for Lothric if you're cutting into the mountain and going into some sort of like organized built structures there, that it would be a doorway to get to the first, and it's connected of course to the Lord of Cinder graveyard. That's going to be some sort of like wormhole or teleporter or whatever that helps you get down to the kiln. So, and the idea would probably be like Oseros is waiting because like the door is like closed or blocked, or like the typical Dark Souls reasons for why you can't progress through a specific area. It's locked, it's got rubble, it's got shit or something, right? And that seems to be like their initial pitch on how to justify why we have to do other stuff to get to the kiln. And in cut content, there were like different methods we would do involving ringing the bell and shit during certain points in the plot and whatever. Again, we can't divine too many plot details because, again, we don't have any dialogue or anything to work with at this stage. It's mostly just the environmental storytelling and the event flags and all that. But then, Dark Souls, then that area in Dark Souls 3 got cut. So then it's like, okay, and they end up scrapping and you reusing assets for other areas with it. So it's like, I think that just created a huge hole, a narrative hole for them, and they haven't been able to properly fill it. So it's hard to say what exactly the fire linking system would look like. Presumably, we all still fight the Soul of Cinder and link it. But like you said, if they came up with a thing where it's like, okay, in order to make sure that you don't become, like, fully Soul of Cinder or absorb it or whatever, or we let the Soul of Cinder, like, revive itself or some shit on its own, because, you know, it's such a big, powerful soul, kind of like the old ones in Dark Souls 2, we're going to, like, do it, like, at the kiln of the, at Firelink Shrine or something instead. Like, that's completely possible, I can imagine. But again, we're probably never going to know, because we're never going to get a Dark Souls 4 that's ever going to elaborate on this stuff, probably. As opposed to being the soul getting adapted once aboard or getting beat and absorbed by the Soul of Cinder. Yeah, like I'm saying, yeah, exactly my point. I think that the whole, either you getting beaten by the Soul of Cinder or you beating the Soul of Cinder be the normal process, because the entire point is to, the entire point of the Lord of Cinder is sort of, well, besides the fact that since Gwyn linked the flame, there has to be a Lord of Cinder, and it's basically just more economical to just keep on replacing the Lord of Cinder with the next Lord of Cinder and all that. Like, it's just the natural conclusion. There's also the idea that it serves as the final trial in order to prove yourself. Can you defeat your predecessor and therefore, theoretically at least, be stronger than him? At least your soul should be up to par. Okay, I think we got everything, chat, so I think we're gonna end it here. No, wait, it's still Arena. We still need Arena, so we'll do that. Let's go bring her to Firelink. Let's bring her to Firelink and get out of here. Oh boy. Oh boy, she's in Undead Settlement right now. Wow, actually, I lit a lot of bonfires there. Oh, we also need the Irithyll door. I can't forget that, chat. We need to get the door in front of Irithyll. I need to get that shot. Okay, thank God I'm, like, thinking over all the stuff on my list. Was Gwyn a Lord of Cinder as a trial, or was he just hollow from burning and anyone who went near him was in danger? Both, right? The second thing you said was foremost, right? Like, as soon as Gwyn does that and he links the fire, he basically, in effect, becomes its guardian, and you can argue whether or not he intended to be a trial, but it's very obvious there's the point of, hey, you now have someone defending the flame, and at some point he's gonna be, like, you know, kind of go cray-cray. Like, you know, Flame God Flan is, like, going over to, like, Princess quote-unquote, Gwendolyn, and the King Firstborn, whatever his name was, and it's like, well, you see, it seems that your father has kind of lost his will, and is now the only thing driving him is, in fact, the will to link the fire. So, like, yeah, he's kind of a threat to anybody who goes near him. And so at that point, it's like, okay, that's good. He'll keep the fire protected, at least, and all we have to do is find a successor who can then defeat him and then replace him with the flame. So we just have to find that chosen undead, right? So then, it's sort of like one of these things where, maybe Gwyn, again, we don't know how much Gwyn knew what would become of him after he linked the fire. Maybe he had an idea, maybe he didn't. But for sure, they're going to be like, okay, hey, this is kind of convenient for us. We can make this work. How are we going to get down there? I think I could just drop, right? Yep. I can just drop. Oh my god, rats in the sewers again. Nope. Nope, and out of here. Nope, go away. Stop it. Well, regress to a pre-sapient state. He has no... Yeah, exactly. That's the point, right? Like, Gwyn is not hollow, but I get what you mean, Night Scout, right? Like, again, you can... like, obviously from, like, as far as, like, the meta-narrative is concerned, he's basically hollow, right? Like, he's lost everything except the will to link the fire. He's just a husk of his former self, yada, 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 right? But, like, yeah. Well, I get what you mean, don't worry. I already got all my shots of you in this cell, I think, but just in case. Just in case. Oh, whoops. Whoopsie! Almost ended... Wait, what? Huh? Oh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, guys, time is truly convoluted, clearly. Time and space. They're all stagnant and fragmented. Coming in and out of existence, as you know. The lines have blurred. Hey, Scanty. How you doing? I saw your comment on Twitter right before I started streaming, Scanty. Very true, very true. Very true. Poor Occam's razor. R.I.P. Based on how Gwyn's item notes that he split power he had among his clan before going to link the fire, I got the impression that he thought linking the fire would kill him. Oh, like, no, like, Gwyn understood that he would be, quote-unquote, like, essentially, like, dying in some sense, right? Like, he was essentially dead. That's why his tomb is built beneath Anor Londo, right? Like, he's, for all intents and purposes, dead. You can argue, though, in what form, because obviously he's still around and he's still doing so, but, like, it's obvious, like, nothing was gonna be the same, right? He had to stay there forever. The kiln, as Koth says it, the kiln and the Firelink altar, which leads to it by extension, is his coffin. Like, thanks for noticing. No problem. Yeah, so, like, like, Gwyn, again, the whole point of, like, Gwyn, like, doing this is it's not like he thought, oh, I'll link the fire and then I'll go leave and everything will be good. He understood that he's gonna have to stay there, probably. In order to remain with the kiln and do stuff, right? Now, again, like we say, in Dark Souls 3 now, that role is being replaced with the Soul of Cinder. But, obviously, Soul of Cinder can only do so much, apparently. Especially in this universe where fire is literally burning through literally the universe it changed itself. Burning out. Yeah, touch. Alright, give you the bad touch. We were talking about this earlier on stream. Alright, Morn, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I touched your waifu. Yeah, accept your service, Thank you. Yep. Yep, okay. Alright, let's go back now. Well, I mean, he's burning his fuel. We already see what ultimately happens to people burning in the bonfire. Gwyn would burn till he was ash. Well, like, that's why I said, like, Sneed actually pointed this out, to me, is that, yeah, Gwyn literally has just a rock sound effect when you hit him. Like, it's not, like, blood or any, like, squish or anything to him. Like, he's literally just charcoal at that point, right? In fact, it's probably just the fact that he has such a, it's probably just the fact that whatever happens in the fire linking process, he doesn't turn to ash like the Black Knights do. Because he's actually, like, acting as sort of like the kindling to the flame. That somehow affects things differently than, say, if you're on the outskirts of the kiln. Poor Black Knights. Let's get a shot of you. Because I don't think we're gonna get this chance again. I just got a feeling. Call it a hunch. Oh no, this looks awful. I hate it. I was like, God, this looks a little too dark maybe. But no, it's just, the alternative is worse. Aegon, please! I'm behind you. At least look over your shoulder if you're gonna do this shit to me. Real Ash, not an Ashen One. Well, Ashen One are real Ash, quote-unquote. The thing with Ashen One is, okay, as we know, when you die as an undead, all your injuries get healed by your curse. Dark Soul goes munch on your soul and heals everything in your body. Like, guess it's a give and take, right? But the actual, the consequence, of course, is the whole hollowing thing. This includes, though, if you are burned to ash. This is why undead aren't just cremated. This was a lingering question in Dark Souls 1 that you could answer, of course, by the idea of, well, the dark sign heals everything, so it'll even heal you if you got turned to ashes, right? And the answer that the game seems to give us, at least here, is that yes, but it will permanently change the bodies of these undead because they are ash, right? Like, they can't fully restore themselves from the fire that affected them so heavily, so extremely. Yeah, even being intact after the first lead might just be from his sheer power compared to the bulk of the Black Knights who get vaporized and the rest haunting their armor as ash. Yeah, that's possible. It's quite possible that just Gwyn's power is that good, and that might just be it, right? To some extent, like, the Lords of Cinder, their souls are so strong that they, like, keep the body, their vitality, and, like, the hardness of their bodies together, so while they get charred, they don't get, like, fully, that's an argument I can see. Oh, sorry. Aegon, you didn't hear that, did you? I promise it was an accident. Let's do this. Boy. I want to say I have this shot, but just in case. I probably have this shot. Yeah. Perfect. Hello, girly. Alright, what else can I do?
Oh, champion, I was the guy. You know, I was but if I'm terrible. Have a pleasant...
Okay, let's get the shots of her with her eyes and stuff, I guess. Let's get the blind woman. Ooh, I like this. I actually really like that shot. Just in case. Perfect. No. No way I can get a good angle with her laying down like that. Can't get below her, huh? Ooh, can we... Nah, there's nothing really good about the shot if we do that, though. Didn't want to do that, but whatever. There we go. Okay, I think that's enough of Arena. Gotta get the Anor Londo gate. Thanks, Night Scout, for the reminder. Gotta make sure I get that. That gate shortcut to Anor Londo. With the gate closed, get a shot of that entire side section. I gotta draw up the exact one that we want, but where is Irithyll? Irithyll, Pontiff Sulyvahn. We already have the shortcut there. If you had Force, would it make Arena default to standing up, or does she stay seated at all times? Ooh, I don't know. I actually don't know, Night Scout. I've never tried that. We might try that in the future, though. Okay, yeah. Wait, what's this? All right, that's our Stricken Peak. That's for the... I put that on Discord. Got the Grey Rat shot, the Lothric shot, some Rosaria shots, that shot. Where is it? Is it on the Irithyll article, but I didn't move it for the listing? Oh boy, let's check. I don't think so. If not, I guess I have free reign to make it whatever I want. Well, okay. Okay then, past Loki. If that's what you want future Loki to do. I assume she would stand up, Night Scout, just because I think that's how it works for all NPCs. But I don't know if there's like an override or something with Arena. That could be possible, I guess. There's our shortcut gate. So we just gotta find the perfect angle. Nope, not here. Ooh, this might be... Ooh. Nope. Not happy there. No, that doesn't put enough focus on the building, so you can make it out from how it's different from the other stuff. So we want to do something like this. Yeah, I like that. So basically, oh, you know what? I know exactly what I want. I want these guys dead. Yeah, disappear? Your eyes disappear, right? Yeah, good. Let's just get him out of the shot period. Oh no. Stop it with the Black Knight noises. You're alerting the Drain Knights. There we go. Alright, that should do it. Yeah, nice clean look at the building now, so. Yeah, you can see Anor Londo right above, so... No, we don't want to do that. We'll do it right beneath the staircase here. Yeah. I guess the question is, do we want to do it like this? Nah. Nah. More like this. And we'll do the middle area like this. I know people use Force to make the injured Milfinito in Dark Souls 2 just before the Demon of Song stand up. Ooh. That's how they discover just how zombie-like, disproportionate, and tall she is. That's cool. Random Dark Souls 3 thought, does the Ember work because it's humanity, or does it work because it counts as portably burning a humanity in a bonfire? Kind of the first one, but kind of the second. So what happens is, like you said, it's humanity, right? I talked about this last stream, actually, with yesterday, I think it was. So it is humanity, right? But it's not just any humanity, it's charged humanity, which still retains the heat, right? Because we are Ash, our big shtick is that we are cold by nature. We instinctively seek fire that remains in this world, per our instinct. That's the point of the ending where you kill the Firekeeper, right? And the narrator from the opening cinematic repeats that line, you know? And so it is that Ash seeketh embers, or whatever, however she says it in English, right? Because the point is that the term ember literally means remaining fire. It's different from the term for ember used in Dark Souls 1 for the, you know, smithing embers that are called coals in this game. Again, that term is like source fire, seed flame, like the idea being that, you know, it's the, like, you know, it can refer to stuff like your pilot light, right? Stuff that's the source of a fire that's used for something, in this case, smithing. So the idea is that those are source fires. These embers are just the idea of the remaining fire. And the point is that we, as Ash, seek the fire that remains. We want to go out there. That's the whole, I guess you could call it, like, joke about us being selected as Ash to go seek the Lords of Cinder, who have the fire that remains, the first flame, and we take their embers, right, and their heat, their power, when we kill them and stuff. So, like, that's what's going on there. And the idea with the Ember humanity is that, yes, it's humanity, and that's likely what the healing effect in and of itself is for, but obviously we get the little health boost, and that's likely to represent the fire part, right? The additional power of fire, warmth, disparity, life, because again, you know, fire, source of this disparity in souls, etc., so thus the power of life. And so the idea is that we get a little extra vitality HP boost, right? Because, no, sorry, vigor. Vigor is what they call it in this game, right? Because vigor is literally life power, the strength to live, the power of your life. The ability for your soul to remain attached to this, this piece of rock that it transformed into flesh. Okay. Okay, anything else we can do with this? No. It's this stupid tree. This stupid tree makes it so hard because I don't want it to be covering most of this building. So it's really hard to get a really good angle beyond what we already got. Let's try over here. Oh no, but then the bushes. Oh god, the bushes might be too... The bushes might be Yeah, look at that. The bushes are a little problematic there. And we have no railing back here. No. Yeah. Yeah, it's too obscure between the trees and the bushes. This was definitely the best angle. Yeah. Yeah. Best we're gonna get. Okay. I'm willing to accept that. Let's try to go up there and see if we have anything we can get out of that. Would a humanity on its own ever give a person a human form, or does that only happen with a flame from a bonfire, not counting Dark Souls 2's humanity effigies and all that? We see, for example, that the human form can come back on its own, right? Dark Souls 2, there is no humanity mechanic, technically, but you restore your humanity by looking at effigies resembling humanity, right? It sort of reminds you of that essence of your human form, and that seems to soothe or calm your dark in a way that allows you to sort of regain your senses, as it were. And for some reason, crush the human effigy whenever this experience happens to you. Just conveniently. You don't drop it, you just break it. They gotta justify that resource management somehow, I guess. But, oh boy, Dark Souls 2, so much stupid. No! Dang it, I was so close. I was like, yes, yes. I will have my revenge. Nope. Ow. Well. Alright. We're part of this now. No, that's not better. Alright, we're gonna go up again, I guess. You also become human by killing bosses in Dark Souls 3. I don't think so, Scanty. Do you? I'm pretty sure once you, because you only become, you never go hollow unless you use the, unless you die with, what are they called? Pieces of the, Dark Sigil, in you. Like, I'm pretty sure that's how it goes, right? You build up your curse or whatever status it's called here. Like, what is it for me? Yeah, hollowing. My hollowing's at 99 right now because of the dark sigils that I had, and I died a lot, so... I think that's the only way, and you can't get your humanity back unless you, like, use purging stones or stuff. I don't think you can do it by bosses. You ember automatically, though, Scanty. That may be what you're thinking of. You automatically absorb the heat of the boss you killed. That's why they're called an heir of fire, right? An inheritor of the power of flame. And that's the same idea when you're getting summoned or invading and stuff, and you're taking embers from the deceased or whatever. You're taking that heat from them. Oh, okay. Hear me out. We get a shot where I hide behind this guy while getting the shot of the building. Here. So let's see if we can... Ooh, yeah. I think we can make this work. Actually, no, I can just use Pyromancy Flame. Don't need to risk that. There we go. Yeah, okay. No! Dang it! I messed it up! Go back to... Yeah! Yeah! Oh. Just don't mind me, Mr. Silver Knight. I know you got wrecked by Aldrich, but please just... I come in peace. I promise. It was so perfect, but yeah, okay, I do need to remove the shield because the Pyromancy Flame, you see it in the shot. It sucks. It sucks, but it is what it is. You don't see me. But you do when I do that! Alright, you know what, chat? We're gonna reset that. But now I know what I want to do. I found the shot I want. Well, the Dark Souls 2 item has an actual humanity in it after the empty one in that cutscene. I suppose the idea with them would be that humanity gets in there, but I don't know. I'm not so convinced. I'll have to double check that and see. Don't know how though. Maybe it's the thrill. So maybe the empty one was some empty Firekeeper trick. Definitely not. No, definitely not, because the humanity thing you have is definitely the same experience of you just staring at it and being like, and you like having like a mental experience on your own. So yeah, I think if it shows the humanity thing, it's because it's trying to foreshadow, like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, you see a shadow of your actual humanity inside you, like when you're doing that, right? I wouldn't be surprised if that's the idea there. Because the way the animation, everything does it in the game, it's definitely not a, oh, I'm using the humanity as like an offering ritual or something in order to regain my human form. It definitely seems to be, because Dark Souls 2 is all about like your own brain and your own willpower to try to stave off the curse, despite how absolutely hopeless everything is for you. I thought that becoming embered equals becoming human. No, it doesn't change your... It doesn't... Like, when I was embered earlier, I was still in my hollow form here, so yeah. Embered is separate from human form. Human form is when you use purging stones and stuff. I don't have one on me, but... Like, here. Good example. You know, we'll do this afterwards, Scanty. Because, I don't want to have to worry about being embered, and then that gets in the way of me taking this shot. So yeah, let's do this. Sorry for so many questions in the Ash Lake video comment section. I just find it an interesting, puzzling subject. Oh no, I thought the question I didn't mind answering your questions there, Night Scout. It was fine. I might have to go soon, so thanks in advance for the streams. No problem, Night Scout. If you leave, it's great having you here tonight. Always happy to have you guys here and asking me really good and thought-provoking questions. I really enjoy it. Seriously. Let's see. It's fine. No need to do. I still just to let you have peace of mind, Scanty. I will do so after we fix this. Get my shot I want. Because let's be honest, this is gonna be a pretty cool shot for you guys on the website. I'm already thrilled. We just need to find the right angle. Yeah, there we go. Right, and then like that. No, that's fine. There we go. Oh no. Good thing Silver Knight doesn't notice the glowing lights happening right next to him with the loud noises. Thank God that doesn't work. Alright, I think I'm ready. I think this is exactly what we want. I don't think you notice the character model here. Yes, wind. Alright. I think that's perfect. So long, sucker! Yeah, I made a second post in that section that had like 5 paragraphs. Sorry, it went so long. Oh, is that did I not answer that one? Oh boy. It's okay. It's okay. I'll check it at some point. Probably not tonight, because boy, is that neck pain starting to kick in now. Even gaming, just a little bit too long. I gotta get rid of this stupid chair. Can't wait for the new one to come in. Okay, guys, I think that covers it. We got some really good shots today. I'm really happy with that. You're gonna see those going on the website soonish. Trying to think. I have to also plan getting my Bloodborne screenshots and all the data and stuff I've picked up along with it to update all my Bloodborne posts. That's gonna be fun. Giving a review for all of those. Give a little tweaks, a little expansions on some areas. And it's going to be good because I also have to figure out how I'm going to write Healing Church. Because, oh god, Healing Church is such a monster. It's Irithel and Sully all over again. It's going to be like, this is going to be 50 pages. I have to somehow split this up into different topics. In a logical fashion that you guys can read in order if you want to. Even though I always write this shit out of order anyway. Why am I like this? Anyway. Great having you all. It was fun. Bully Loki. I'm a bully. I am a bully. I was confused. Now I get it. Yeah, no problem. Glad to help though, Scanty. Let us show it though. All right, Purging Stone, Yuria, get the frick over here. Listen, I'm your king now. Though you still charge me. I'll be honest, Yuria. I'm not feeling very kingly here.
Till we meet again.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, so this should work. Whoop! There we go. Hollowing reversed. Yeah. Now, obviously, this didn't work in Dark Souls 1 that way. Purging Stones couldn't be used to reverse hollowing. It always made sense, theoretically, because it's a Purging Stone, and the undead curse is a curse. So you should be able to at least reverse the effects if you can't get rid of it permanently, because, you know, it's part of literally the core of who you are. But, yeah. Hope your neck gets better. Boy, do I do too. Nice chatting about the Dark Souls 3 endings tonight too. Yeah, it's very cool. I'm always glad to talk about it. Like I said, all this stuff, Night Scout, I have all Dark Souls 3 stuff on my website. So if you want to, you can just read it at lokisouls.com. That's lokisouls.com. L-O-K-E-Y Souls. All that stuff on Dark Souls 3 I do write, in fact, there. And, yeah, so. Always good to have it all laid out. And like I said, we got more reference images to keep adding to those articles. That way they become even better and better. So that way you guys continue to praise me for the good job I do, because I really do try my best. Anyway. So the first flame still sticks around in potentially all 4 endings, be it through linking, taking the fight. Yeah, keeping it around, and the Lords of Cinder stuff. Yep. Basically again, this is the Koth dilemma that leads to the Lord of Hollows ending, right? It's just sort of like the way that the gods have been kind of maneuvering around to keep the fire from truly fading completely. You know, we're gonna go like Chaos Demons route, where even if the original flame dies, we'll just have a bunch of people with embers there, and maybe, kinda, sorta, we'll be able to hopefully bring it back in the future. Don't know if that's actually possible, but hey, it still is keeping the universe from ever letting the fire truly, fully fade. It's like, oh, okay. Like, that's the idea. And then it's like, okay, I guess we gotta just at least take it where we're like, we control the fire, we suppress its power, that now that we control it, it's no longer connected to the kiln or anything, all the way to its absolute minimum, right? And that's like where we see the eclipse turn into something resembling more humanity, right? So it still has the darkness, but now instead of the light of fire, it's now a white light, you know, weaker strength of light. We just really, really minimize that power. And then finally, we will at least be able to reduce the damage we're doing to the universe, and then once we deal with the Lord of Cinder problem that the other endings, or the age, you know, the squelching the flame ending deals with, that it reveals, once we deal with that problem, then maybe we can have a true Age of Dark and all that stuff. Again, that's all like the unknowns of like what happens after with the Lord of Hollows and stuff, but that's like the direction and the logic of what Koth and Yuria and everyone's trying to get at. You do a really good job. Well, thank you. I've extensively read your website already. I just like discussing things. Well, I guess I can't fault you there. I get the impression Dark Souls 1 that curses were never broken by Purging Stones, just redirect. Okay, yes, you're right. They are, quote-unquote, redirected. But, like, you get what I mean, though, right? Like, the idea is, like, you can't really, quote-unquote, most curses you're able to quote-unquote get rid of by transferring them to somewhere else. You can't really do that though, because like it's your soul. You can't transfer your entire soul. Even if it's not the soul that you build your personality and stuff, it's still core and essential to who you are, and like there's a seal of fire keeping it there anyway. So like you can't really get rid of it or else you die. So like it just like gets rid of like the excess effects around like the core of like your dark sign and stuff, right? Like, you know, the darkened power that's leaked out of it, right? That curse aspect. But like you get what I mean there. So one death would delete the save file, so to speak, or it deleted on the spot. Yeah, we redirect the undead curse, because then you'd be a normal human again or genuinely dead. Yeah, thank God we don't have permadeath in these games. When Demon Souls was considering that, it's like, oh no. Dark Souls 3 ending seems bleak in all form matters, keeping the flame around at all at that point, and while the dark side linked to it in turn just seems like the world still rots. Lord of Hollows is the uplifting one, where it's like, okay, we actually get rid of the stagnation and bring things to at least the minimum thing, with the hope that it, like actual legit hope, it will get better, right? Again, ever since Dark Souls 1, it's always been Age of Dark is supposed to be the good ending, but you get to choose that for yourself, right? Like Dark Souls 1's entire premise is, oh, it's the hero's journey with a plot twist. It turns out that you're being manipulated, and all of these are lies and stuff in order to have you obscure and mask your heritage. And they use a few bad apples in order to boogeyman scare you, so that way you don't ever actually realize the truth. And then Dark Souls 2, of course, just laughs at you, being like, ha ha ha, you don't even realize how you've been fueled and manipulated, ha ha ha. You know, Dark Souls 2 laughs at you for everything. And then Dark Souls 3 is finally like, yeah, why don't you get it? Please, please, stop liking the fire! How's it going, Loki? Hey, Ellie, we're just about to close off now. We were just finishing, so I was just giving people their final goodbyes. Also, Henri bowing to the Londorians who had him/her murdered and unable to fight Aldrich felt like it implied night hollowing or being controlled. Not really being controlled. Because again, the point is that, the point is with, like, Henri and stuff. I guess you can argue her being able to take, a sword to the face, especially, and all that, and having, like, her one mission in life being derailed, but hey, now we get to have a good age. Aldrich is dead, so, like, I think she'll forgive them. But anyway, we can talk about that another time. For now, guys, let's end things here, because, oh boy, I am so ready to get all this stuff added to the website. See ya Xavier, see ya I-Man, see ya Ellie, see ya Night Scout, see ya Scanty, see ya John, see ya everybody who's joined over the course of this. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.